What's going on, guys? So I didn't really want to do this video only because it's just more energy being expended, and it's essentially about my purchase recently, or a little bit ago. It was a Mavic 3 Pro Cine bundle from B&H that was probably a couple months ago, kind of during the winter time. So my friend Gary shared a link with me. He's a big guy in the drone industry in New York, about a Mavic 3 Pro bundle being around 27 something, which was a great deal for a Mavic 3 Pro Cine. He knows I have a Mavic 3 Pro regular that I fly all the time as my workhorse. And I figured, why not? The DJI ban talk has been happening, and I'm kind of getting paranoid like a lot of people are, not knowing the future. So I'm trying to think long term, beyond the horizon kind of deal. So I pulled the trigger, bought a Mavic 3 Pro Cine as a backup, didn't really need it, have an Air 3S, have an Autel drone, have Mini 5s and 2s and Neos and Neo 2s, so other drones I can rely on. Not necessary at the moment, but again, good deal, figure why not. Put it on my Paybu card, which is the B&H credit card, and called it a day. The package never arrived, followed up, it was lost in transit. So I called FedEx, they didn't know where it was. I called B&H, they said they didn't know where it was. They filed a claim, I think like a missing package report or something like that. They suggested if I wanted the drone to buy another one. I bought another one. The next day or the following day, I get a drone thinking it was the replacement one. That ended up being the lost drone. So the lost drone actually arrived at my door to my surprise. And I rejected essentially the second one that I ordered. So that was that confusion. Anywho, they then had another drone, basically the Mavic 3 Pro Cine with accessories for another $100. So it was a good deal. You got probably $300 in accessories for another $100. So I just basically returned the one. Nothing was wrong with either of them. The one I didn't even touch or open, and got this 3 Pro Cine. So essentially that thing came to my door, opened it, activated it with one of my RC-N1 controllers. I have, as you see, a few of them because I really enjoy flying with my RC-N1, 2, and 3 controllers with my iPhone as opposed to smart controllers. I'm not a fan. I've talked about that many times. So essentially what I did with the Mavic 3 Pro Cine when I got it, I activated it with one of my RC-N1 remotes. That was that. I updated the firmware and made sure everything was working and essentially set it aside. So I got the batteries out, put the ND filters and the batteries in the hard case, and the smart controller was in the white wrapping that it comes in. It comes in this little white wrapping material. Here, let me show you. Here's an Avada case, but it comes in this white wrapping paper stuff. So that basically was still in the wrapping, didn't open it once, and I set it aside. I took a picture of it because I was going to sell the smart controller. It's an RC Pro remote because I don't use it, so I put it up on Marketplace for $500, and that was that. So essentially I returned the drone because of change of mind. I didn't really want it anymore because I knew I had enough to fly with. The job fell through that I thought I was going to need or possibly need the drone for, and that was that. Sent it back, returns, had no problem. They sent me a label, and they apparently checked the drone in and received it, and that was fine. I actually called them just to inquire because my friend kind of made me paranoid again, basically saying, hey, there's no Mavic 3 Pros anywhere to be found. Maybe you want to keep that drone. So I just inquired. I'm like, hey, what happens if I wanted that drone back? They're like, no, we can't. It's checked in. Once it's checked in, it has to go back to DJI or it gets thrown back into the, whatever, the used department or something with B&H. And then they said it has to go back to DJI because they found a crack on the pause button on the remote. I had no idea what they were talking about. I thought they possibly pulled up the wrong order. They confirmed it was my return. I explained to them that I had never even touched the remote, let alone powered it on or activated. I didn't even look at the remote through this white wrapping paper because I don't use smart controllers. So there was that. So now I called to kind of inquire what happens if I wanted to get the drone back. They said there's no way they can get the drone back to me. And then later on, they basically sent me an email saying they rejected the drone return because there was damage. And then they started to say that I was providing false information, which I don't know what that was. They still never even explained that. So it's been very confusing, and essentially I'm getting accused of damaging a remote I never touched, never powered on, never activated, never took out of the white wrapping paper, or whatever, this white protective paper, and it sat safely on my table behind me, right there, with all my other gear, not being touched, never got knocked over, nothing. Perfect, sat in the bag that the Mavic 3 Pro Cine ships in, and it was fine, totally protected. So apparently something must have happened. I don't know if it was just damage from DJI, if there was some kind of factory defect or something, but regardless, I don't know. I still have not seen the damage, and kind of went back and forth with B&H, and they told me a bunch of stuff. They essentially repeated the fact that there was damage on the remote by the pause button, then later said to me that the drone got shipped back and the remote was actually out of the package paper, which totally not true. It was completely 1,000% in the package, didn't touch it, didn't unwrap it, didn't break that little seal of the glue. It was perfect. So I don't know where that came from. Then later on, when I was following back up with them, because they said they were going to send it back, and I was talking to one of the customer service agents or supervisors, and then they said to me that, so now they're saying to me the main reason they sent it back was because the remote wasn't functioning or powering on, and they couldn't confirm that the drone was working. So it went from a crack by the pause button to now it doesn't even work or power on, and I'm to blame for all of that. I mean, there's just been such a lack of clarity, and to be blamed for something that you know you didn't do really doesn't feel great. And I'm a pretty long-term B&H customer. My Osmo Pocket 3 that I'm shooting this on, my mic, my lighting that I'm using right now, all has been from B&H. You know, actually the Zavada 2 was from Adorama, or Adorama, whatever. But regardless, most of my stuff I do buy from B&H, and there's that. And the main issue started from, you know, they kind of brought up to their, you know, my attention that, like, why do you have all these drones? We were accommodating you and returning the drones. It's like the only reason I returned the drone or the drones is because they initially lost my shipment. So I ordered another one. So obviously I don't need all these drones, so they went back. Not really super fishy or anything. So now where we stand is in this video that I'll show you, which is, you know, I can't lie. I knew that the driver was coming tomorrow because they sent me the tracking information and they told me, and I happened to be at my computer and I saw the FedEx guy coming up. So I took my iPhone out and wanted to do a little video just showing that this thing's coming back to me, and maybe I'll do a video on looking at this thing for the first time and seeing what damage they're actually talking about that I did, because I didn't do it. So I wanted to see, and I figured why not show you guys as well, you know, real time while I'm unboxing this drone. Let's look at the remote together and see. I'm doing a little video. I said I'm doing a little video. They sent me this thing.
Yeah.
And it was damaged.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you wanted to check it before I gave it to you. Because it did look like it's messed up and opened.
So that's exactly how, here. So would you accept that?
I wouldn't accept that at all, especially if you spent any kind of money on it.
It's $3,000.
Yeah, heck no. I mean, I don't know, like if it's actually good. Because sometimes boxes do get a little messed up.
Like, that's crazy. So that's how they sent me back the box.
That's nice. I think we got paint on it. I think that's paint or tar or something.
So even the FedEx driver says that there's paint or tar on the box. So I could totally just refuse this, huh?
Oh, 100%.
And who would that be? Like, here, do you mind if I record you?
No, that's fine.
Like, whose like responsibility would that be? I mean, that looks like it's really poorly packaged.
Yeah, I mean, if whoever sent it to you, what's going to happen is it's going to go back to them. So.
But I mean, like, I mean, look at the thing. It's ripped open.
Yeah.
I can't make that up. right? I mean,
Oh, that's
that's
crazy. It's crazy, man. That's probably the worst box I have in my truck today.
all right. I'm rejecting it then.
Okay, it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. I mean, there's no way. That's like,
Yeah, it's bad. It looks like they tried to put it in another box.
yeah, I don't
As
know.
you can tell, like the label got taken off. So.
All right.
That works.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, that's totally bizarre. It's been like the perfect, like, I've been going back and forth. I actually sent this thing back,
Yeah.
and they accused me of damaging part of it that I
Yeah.
never even took out of the box. Anyway, it's like this whole been going back and forth.
Yeah.
But like to receive the box like that, that's like stupid for me to even think about accepting it.
Yeah, right.
All right, thank you. It's Nick too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. And again, I didn't touch that, right?
No.
That's exactly how it's shipped. So, all right. Yeah, I'll refuse it. Just sign?
Yeah, it's got a sign.
Okay.
Perfect. I put it as the reason it was damaged.
Yeah.
For the reason you rejected, so
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is just a send off to the camera company, the camera store, so they know that like I'm not just making this up,
Yeah.
because it sounds like that with certain things. I mean, you even know
I thought it was one of your special drones you bought.
it is. It is.
Oh,
Do you
this is
remember
this
though?
one?
Do you remember the first one that got lost in
Yeah,
shipment?
yeah.
Yeah. And then you thought you were delivering a new one.
Yeah. It was that one.
And it was the
like
one
a
that
week
was
ago.
lost. Yeah, exactly.
like 2 weeks old or whatever, yeah.
Anywho, thank you, Nick.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
I'll
see
see you
you.
later.
Thanks,
Sorry about
brother.
that, bro.
Appreciate it. No, sorry, it's not your doing. Yeah, take care. But as you see in the video, the box arrived pretty beat up, pretty damaged. The FedEx driver was not advising me to take the package the way it looked. He said it was the worst package literally that he had in his truck, and he would not accept anything of value that looked like this based on his experience. So, of course, you know, with everything else that was going on, I didn't want to take the chance. I mean, they brought to my attention too and kind of underplayed the fact that the box inside looked, because I shared the video with them, that it looked fine, but the box came to me looking fine, and it was sealed, and it was brand new, and still had apparently a damaged remote that I didn't even know about and wasn't aware of. So I wasn't about to take a chance having received a box that was super beat up and open basically, and who knows what could have been missing, what could have been damaged now, and then I'm on my own basically. So really complex, and I get that it can be confusing to B&H and they may think something is up, but if you really look at everything and look at the facts, I mean, they even brought to my attention that I had the drone for 3 weeks. Well, guess what? It's a backup drone. I haven't flown anything. I got this Avata 2 recently. I've flown it like once because it's been 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's crappy. It's rainy. Today is actually sunny, but it's still windy. Tomorrow they're going to be almost 70-mile-an-hour winds here in the Illinois rural area. So it's very logical to not be flying drones right now. It's ugly out. There's not much going on. It's cold. I don't have many jobs. I had one job, thankfully, the other day, which I flew my Mavic 3 Pro, but still not ideal. It was windy, but it was a fair amount value job, a $2,500 job that I couldn't turn down, and there's that. So it's just one of those things where they're bringing all this stuff up as if I'm doing something that doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense. I could have sat on that Mavic 3 Pro Cine for a year without flying it just because I had the drones and I was essentially buying it just to put aside in case we can't get drones in the near future, or maybe batteries, for example. So I wanted to have the 3 extra batteries. I wanted to have the extra body, and essentially that was it. I didn't care about the remote. I didn't care about the ND filters. I didn't care about anything else. The only thing I cared about was the drone, the cable to transfer the SSD stuff off of the drive or off of the hard drive on the drone, and the 3 extra batteries. So a little long-winded, but it really is a lot to explain, and I still feel like it can be more thorough, but I wanted to share that essentially the moral of the story is really inspect everything when you get it, because I didn't look at that dumb remote and I never opened it. And now I'm getting accused of damaging it, and I have no proof other than the fact that, I'm giving them my word and that it wasn't activated ever. So if they checked with DJI, they would see I never activated RC Pro Remote ever, recently at least. So that's it. A little inside scoop on my experience with B&H. I'm really hoping they do right by me and at least just give me a credit and we move on and call it a day. My whole intention was possibly, when I did need a drone, just to buy the Mavic 4 Pro, because the Mavic 3 Pro is great, but I figure why not get a different experience and a different drone? It could still be a backup drone, but it has a little different vibe and it may give me a little bit more, something to kind of have fun with and learn. So that's it. And again, look at everything when you get it. Don't let it sit, because you can let it sit for weeks and then they think you did something wrong in that interim period when in actuality you didn't. I should have looked at everything, inspected it, maybe even do a video when you're unboxing something, even if it's just for yourself, not for YouTube or anything, just to cover your butt and make sure that, they see what you see if it's a high value item at least. So that's it, guys. Let me know pros and cons of the different camera stores you shop with, whether you like B&H, whether you have good and bad luck. I know I've had good luck with them a lot in the past. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought the drone from them. This is kind of a shocker, and it's very weird how things have been unfolding. But to get, again, blamed and accused of something you didn't do in your heart, it really doesn't feel good, I mean, yesterday, taking care of my mom who's 91 with dementia, went to yoga. Like, I'm not about to sit there and damage stuff and then send it off to a camera store pretending I didn't do it. That's just not my vibe. It's not how I roll. And anyone should know, I try to have good karma and good vibes with my drone and my camera stuff. So that's it. Enough. Peace. Bye.